Find your seat and take a full breath in. Pause at the top and then take a nice slow exhale out. Take your time as you come into this breath this morning. Oh, it's not morning. Take your time as you come into your breath this afternoon. And just breathe in and out and allow yourself to get settled and to get grounded. I was reading through one of my books, and I'm going to share a little something with you this morning that I read that I thought was a little bit helpful. It was a long weekend, and although Mondays usually signal the start of another busy, obligated week, now it's starting a quiet, boring, lonely week for many of us. And it's hard to get out of our heads. So this made me feel good this morning when I read it. That's why I'm still stuck in mourning. A good day. At the end of the day, we usually reflect upon the kind of day we had. But how many of us reflect in advance upon what kind of day we will have? The night before, we can mentally map out the following day, seeing ourselves rising in joy and confidence, feeling healthy and energetic, dealing with our duties calmly and efficiently. When we awake, we can take some deep breaths, greet the day in thanks, and welcome the experiences that are to come, whatever they may be. So before you go to sleep tonight, maybe ask for some energy for your new day that's coming tomorrow. Take a full breath in and a full breath out, and remember that you're in complete control of the quality of your day. Not necessarily the day itself, but yes, we are in charge of that. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. Soften your face. Let your shoulders melt away from your ears. Breathe in fully, lifting your lungs and your heart, expanding across your chest. And then exhaling, pulling in through the low belly and letting your hips ground. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. One more breath in and a slow breath out. Okay, let's do some yoga. If you're not already seated, please come to your seat and take a full breath in, sweeping your arms up and high, stretching out the fingers, maybe arching your back. Exhaling, bring the hands down, stack the shoulders back up over your hips. Take another full breath in, sweeping up and open. Again, hands go wide, spread the fingers, and then exhale, bring the hands right down to your heart space and pause. Whether you choose to set an intention for this afternoon's practice, or maybe think about how you're going to end your day tonight so you can go to sleep with the anticipation that tomorrow will be a good day. Hopefully today was a good day. So let's just keep breathing and moving, and we'll make this next hour good, okay? Take a nice deep breath in, reach up. Exhale, hands come down. One more sweeping in and up, and then we're going to twist to the left. So take your right hand across your left knee. Stay nice and tall, pull in through the low belly. And then nice and slow, allow your head to keep swiveling, looking over that left shoulder. That might feel really good in your neck. It may not feel so great. So you just pay attention to how your body responds as you breathe into this twist. And then with your next inhale, come back to center, reach the hands up nice and high, and then let's twist the other way. Left hand across the right knee. Draw the shoulder back. Take a full breath in, feeling the crown of the head lift. And again, slowly turning to see how far your head can go. Giving a full and complete twist from the back of your head right down to your tailbone. Take another breath in, coming back to center, reach up. Exhale, bring your hands right into your heart space and pause. As you make your way into downward dog this morning, take your time. Set your pillow or cushion aside if you were seated on one. Spread your fingers nice and wide at the top of your mat. Tuck your toes, lift your hips. Make your way into downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Every once in a while I'll pop up and do some stuff with you. But hopefully you can just focus on my breath and my words, and you'll move through your practice the way you need to this morning or this afternoon. What's with me? I have my morning and evenings mixed up. You know where you are, so you just pay attention to your breathing. Take a full breath in your down dog, pedal out your feet, maybe bend both knees, bringing your shins parallel to the mat. And then with a nice deep breath in, settle into your down dog. Find some stillness. Pause and breathe. With your next breath in, lift up to your toes, glide forward into plank, make everything fluid, matching your breath, pausing for a moment with the breath and the pose. And then exhale your hips back up, downward facing dog. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. We'll do that 2 more times just so you can get into the groove of breathing and moving together. So inhale high up to your toes. Exhale, glide forward into plank. Pause and breathe in your plank. And then with your next breath, lift the hips up, downward facing dog. Last one. Inhale, strong, come on up to your toes. Exhale, glide forward, keep your shoulders stacked right over your wrist. Pause in your plank. Lift your hips up, downward facing dog. With your next breath, rising high up to your toes, look forward, take many baby steps and bring your feet up right between your hands. You should be in a forward fold at the top of your mat. Pause, let your head release. Keep your feet directly under your hip points. And then with a strong inhale, come into a halfway lift, drawing your shoulders back, letting your heart go forward, crown of the head goes to the front of the room. And then exhale, forward fold. Bring your hands back down so they're grounded. With your next breath in, rise strong, reach up. Inhaling, lift up. Maybe take a little bit of a back bend here. And then nice and slow, hinging at the hips, forward fold. Take yourself right back over your legs. Hands touch the ground. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, walk your feet back out to plank and pause. And here again, you have options on how you can make this pose really good for you. So pay attention if you want to keep your knees up in full plank, or maybe it would be better for your low back to take your knees down. If you take your knees down, keep drawing your hips and your heart forward. You're going to be at a nice angle from knees out to the shoulders, out the crown of the head. With your next breath, bend your elbows, exhaling as you lower all the way to the mat. When you're flat on the mat, untuck your toes. Inhale, draw your shoulders back for a cobra. Let the head follow. Exhale, release that. You can keep your hands right by your ribs with your elbows tucked in, or you could spider your hands off the mat, opening up your arms away from your body. We're going to take 2 more cobras. So inhale, draw the shoulders back, let the head follow. Exhale, lower down. 1 more. Inhale, draw the shoulders back. Exhale, lower down. Bring the hands back by your ribs. Tuck your toes and either push back up through your knees or back to full plank, and then right back into downward facing dog, lifting those hips up nice and high. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Pedal out your feet here, bending your knees nice and deep. Maybe you bend both knees again, bringing the shins parallel to the mat. And then straighten your legs, tip your hips up nice and high, downward facing dog. Let this down dog be really good and strong. Spread all 10 fingers really wide. Press down behind the index knuckle and the thumb pad. Breathing fully and deeply. With your next breath in, once again, inhale up to your toes. Look forward. Walk your feet up right between your hands. Take a full breath in for that halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise again to stand big and tall and strong. And then sit your hips back and let's come into chair. I'm guessing this is your first chair of the day, not the morning. So take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. As you draw your tailbone down and you pull into the low belly, take that curve out of your low back, getting strong from your hips through the backside right out the crown of your head. And if your shoulders are not very happy with your arms extended, please bring them to your heart space. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. With your next breath, straighten your legs, forward fold right over your legs. Take a full inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, walk your feet back out to plank. So you know the way from here. We're going to go through vinyasa flows whenever we go back to plank. You choose to lower down, whether your knees come down first or you go straight from plank, or maybe you skip it all together, shifting your hips back up for downward facing dog. Or maybe you want to take a child's pose or come back to your seat for a couple of breaths. It's all about returning to that strong, solid inhale and exhale. The quality of your breath determines the quality of the movement. You're building strength whatever way you go. So don't worry about pushing yourself full board. It's all about breathing, moving with the breath, and just taking some time to truly anchor into that, coming back to your inhales and your exhales. Take a full breath in as you rise up onto your toes. Look forward, take lots of little baby steps, bring your feet back up between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift, draw the shoulders back, really open up across the collarbones. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to stand, sweep up nice and strong again, and sit your hips back on your exhale for chair. Stay here in your chair, breathing as deeply as you can, and deciding if the arms stay extended or maybe they come back to the heart space. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. From your chair, straighten the legs, reach the hands up again nice and tall. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Keep your hands down. Take your left foot to the back edge of the mat and stay high on the toes. Your right knee is bent right over the right ankle. And you're going to come up into crescent. So take a full inhale, raising yourself up, shoulders stack over the hips. And again, paying attention to your shoulders. Maybe the hands need to come back to your heart space. That's perfectly fine. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Stay deeply bent in that right knee, but press out through the left thigh so that leg stays nice and strong. Your foundation, your alignment for the lower part of your body is what's holding you. Let your breath bring some space through your spine, lifting right through the crown of your head. Taking another full breath in and a full breath out. Bring your hands back down to the mat on your next breath. Either jump switch or walk the left foot forward and the right foot back, and we're going to reverse the sides so you can come into crescent on the left. So stay deeply bent in that left knee and high on the right toes. Take a full breath in, reaching up again. Stretch strong, stretch tall. And if your hands are up and you decide your shoulders don't like that, where do they go? Oh yes, take them to your heart. Rest the thumbs right on your heart. Draw the shoulders back. There's so much you can do when you hold these poses. It's not just about the inhaling and the exhaling to the point where you're uncomfortable. You inhale and exhale and refine the pose to get to where you can hold this and still be able to breathe. Are you with me? Take another breath in and another breath out. If your hands are at your heart, stretch nice and tall on an inhale. Exhale, bring the hands down to the ground, frame the foot. Step the left foot back to meet the right. Pause in your plank. Take a full breath in plank and a full breath out. And then lower it down, rinsing this off with your vinyasa flow, your connecting poses to get you back to down dog, or skip it altogether and lift your hips and go right back to down dog immediately. So what you get out of these online classes is completely up to you. You're going to breathe and you're going to move, or maybe you're just sitting here watching me talk. Whatever works. I just want you to breathe. So take a full inhale and a slow exhale and another breath in and another breath out. With your next breath, inhale your right leg straight out behind you. Really push through the heel. Bend at the knee. Stack your hips. You're going to open up toward the right. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Push that right heel out long behind you. And then with your next breath, bring the foot forward, planted by your thumb. Big breath in. Rise up for crescent here again. Strong and tall. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Bring your hands to your heart space. Pause. Draw the shoulders back. And from here, we're going to start to straighten the right leg, pushing off with the left toes, coming into warrior three. So you're going to straighten that right leg, keep your hips square to the ground, and then you're taking your heart forward, but the foot stays flexed. Your hands can stay right at your heart. You can bring them back by your sides, or you can take them forward for the full expression. Take a full breath in and a full breath out, and then rebend that right knee, take the left toes back down, lift up strong in your crescent, and you can always take the back knee down. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Hands come down, take the right foot back to meet the left. Rinse this off as you'd like, or skip it and go to down dog. So lower slowly and controlled, and then really push down through the tops of your feet if you're coming into that cobra or up dog. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. When you're back in your down dog, pause. Come back to the goodness of your breath. That quality inhale and exhale. We have an opportunity to really focus here on our breath. That's what the yoga is about. And you know as well as I do, breathing deeply can certainly change your perspective depending on where you are and what's going on. You can take that full breath in and full breath out and maybe find some gratitude or some self-compassion and patience. We need this breath to keep bringing us back to what grounds us, keeps us sane. Take a full breath in as you lift the left heel out long behind you. Lift the foot up, push through the heel, and then bend at the knee and stack the hips, rolling open toward the left. Pause and breathe as you stretch out that side body and the side hip. And then push the left heel out long behind you and bring the foot forward, plant it by your left thumb. Take a full breath in as you rise up strong for crescent on this side. As you reach up with that inhale, exhale, let the hands come right back to your heart space. You can rest the thumbs right on your chest. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And from here, we're going to do the same thing we did on the other side. So you're going to pull in through the core, push off the right toes, and start to straighten that left leg. Coming into Warrior 3. Keep the toes pointed down, hands at your heart space. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then if you want to move your arms, they can go back by your sides or you can sweep them forward. Just move nice and slow when you're ever in a balancing pose. And then rebend the left knee, let the right toes come back down. Inhaling, sweep up strong for crescent again. Exhale, take the hands down, plant them by the foot, step the left foot back to meet the right. Take a full breath in your plank, and now you choose. Lower down, push down through the tops of your feet. Maybe you have more energy now and you want to straighten your arms and float your thighs up off the ground for up dog. And then tuck your toes and go right back into downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and a full breath out in your down dog. Breathe deep. Let that breath move through you, holding you strong in this pose. With your next breath, inhale again, come on up to your toes, look forward, walk, step, or jump your feet right up in between your hands. Take that full inhale for a halfway lift. Really draw the shoulders back, reach forward with the crown of the head and your heart. Exhale, forward fold. Sweep up strong, reach those arms up overhead. Exhale, take your hips back again, coming back into chair. Take a full breath in your chair and a full breath out, and just allow the grounding to happen through your feet. Weight is in your heels. Tuck your tailbone. Pull in through the low belly, and your hands can be at your heart. So keep lowering, breathing, and then we're going to lay out right over the legs. Take a nice deep breath in. Right arm goes outside left elbow. We're going to twist into this chair. So draw the right knee back into alignment if it's poking out. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Keep drawing your knees back, hips go back, but the crown of the head goes forward and the left shoulder draws back. Twisting open, take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then from here, we're going to forward fold over your legs. So straighten your legs, let your hands come down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Rise to stand, come on back up, nice and tall, hands go high. And then sit your hips back again for chair and just allow the hands to go right back to your heart space. So you just did this on the other side. Really come back to your feet. The weight is in your heels. Stay light in your toes. Keep drawing your hips back until the point where you lay right out over your legs. Take a full breath in as you get nice and long from your tailbone to the crown of the head. And then we're going to twist the other way. So take your left elbow outside your right knee. The hands are pushing against each other, creating some leverage, creating some energy transfer. Keep drawing that right shoulder back. Take a full inhale and a full exhale. One more breath in, one more breath out. And then exhale, forward fold over your legs. This time, toe heel your feet apart so it's just as wide as your mat. Let your hands come to opposite elbows. And just let gravity take you from the waist forward. So you're taking a forward fold right over your legs with your hands at opposite elbows. Let your head release into this ragdoll pose. And you can sway a little bit right to left, releasing any tension that might have been building up in your low back from sitting on the couch or not doing too much other movement today. So I did go for a walk this morning, which felt really good. I put my earphones in and I've got a John Mayer playlist, I guess. Anyway, I went through about 10 of his songs. I think I'm done with John Mayer for a while. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. But the fresh air felt good, and I made it home before the rain. So I think that counts as a pretty good morning. Let your hands come back down to the earth. Toe heel your feet back in so they're in line with your hip points. Stay strong in your foundation. Inhale, halfway lift. Draw the shoulders back again, stretching out. Exhale, forward fold. Keep your hands down. Walk your feet back out to plank. Pause in your plank here. We're going to come into side plank. So you can either take your right knee down onto the mat, and if you do that, please take it right down underneath your hip. Again, looking for strong alignment. And you kickstand the foot out and take the left foot out long behind you. The wrist is underneath the shoulder, and you take your left hand up nice and high. Spread all 5 fingers. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Lean right back in. If you roll to the outside of your right foot to take the full expression, you can start to lift your leg or take the hands forward. You can also do that here in the modified pose. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then if your leg is up and your hand is extended, maybe start to bend the leg and reach the hand back to see if you can grab the foot. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then from here, we'll plant the hand, come back into plank and pause. Take a full breath in your plank and a full breath out, lifting through the hips. Stay strong through the low belly. Crown of the head goes to the front of the room. And then let's take this pose on the other side. So the left knee either comes down or you roll to the outside edge of the left foot. And again, you stack everything so you're strong in your alignment, strong in your base. You can lift the top leg, take the right hand forward, palm down, keep drawing the shoulder back. Flex that right foot and take a full breath in and a full breath out. And if you like to keep things even on one side or the other, bend your knee here, reaching for the foot. Take a full breath in. Top of the foot goes into the hand. Push the foot into the hand, taking a full breath in and a full breath out. Stretch back out nice and long. Hands come down to the mat. Roll back over onto your toes, coming back into plank. Stay strong in your plank and decide if you want your knees up or down. And we're going to lower and rinse that off. So take your elbows close to your side body. Release to the mat. Push down to the tops of your feet. Use the breath to fuel you into cobra or up dog. And then tuck your toes. Lift your hips. Come on back into downward facing dog. So how are we doing? Are we doing okay? Are you breathing? Taking a full inhale and a full exhale. It sounds so strange, right? To have somebody remind you to breathe. But at this point in our lives, I think that's a pretty important reminder. So, pretty good. It's a pretty good reminder. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale the right leg straight out behind you. Again, bending at the knee. Open up the hips to the right one more time. Taking a full breath in, push that right heel out long behind you and then place the foot back down by the left. Using the next inhale, lift the left leg out long behind you, pushing through the heel. Bend at the knee, stacking the hips the other way. Just stretching and opening, getting used to moving with the breath. Push the left heel out nice and long and then place the foot right down next to the right. Inhale up to your toes, look forward, walk, step, or jump your feet up right between your hands. You should be warming up now, having a little bit more energy. So there's nothing wrong with challenging yourself. If it works, great. If it doesn't, you tried. That's fine. Take a full breath in for a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise high to stand. Exhale, bring your hands right to your heart space and pause. Close your eyes. Or just gaze down the tip of your nose. Start to really feel the breath anchoring you. You breathe into the chest. You exhale that out, and then you breathe in deeper, maybe right into the belly. And you exhale it all out. And maybe you can feel the grounding happening. Breathing right down both legs into the feet. Take one more breath in and a slow breath out. We're going to come into eagle now. So keep your weight in your left foot. Open up your arms nice and wide. You're going to lift that right knee up in front of you. Cross at the thighs. You can wrap the right toes around, or you could even leave the toes on the ground, but you're just twisting, taking the right arm underneath the left. Maybe your hands can turn around to touch, or maybe you just place them on your shoulders. But if you put them on your shoulders, lift up through the elbows, stretch out the upper back. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. You're bending into that left leg, sitting your hips back, taking a nice full inhale and a full exhale, grounded through that left foot. And then with your next breath, sweep the arms up, bring the right knee up in front of you. Exhale your hands to your heart space, cross the right ankle over the left knee, bending that leg again. Sit your hips back, taking your heart forward. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Flex that right foot, helps protect the knee, and you sit your hips back as low as you want. So you can stay right here with me, or you can take your hands down to the mat, see if you can find the arm balance. Again, let the breath take you where you need to go. Nobody's watching. You could try things and fall out. You could skip it altogether and just wait for the balancing sequence to be over. Breathe and choose. And then straighten that left leg, let your feet meet, bring the hands up nice and tall, return them to your heart space. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then we're going to come into this on the other side. So nice and strong. Open up your arms wide, draw the shoulders onto the back, and then inhale. Cross that left knee over the right. It's actually more like the thighs are crossing. See if you can get those toes right around the calf. Again, there's nothing wrong with putting the toes on the ground. Take the left arm underneath the right, crossing at the elbows. Hands meet, lifting up through the elbows more, or placing the hands on your shoulders. Start to bend into that right leg and take your hips back. Not a whole lot, but just enough so you can feel like a pretzel. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then with your next breath, straighten that right leg, sweep the arms up, bring the left knee up in front of you, flex the foot, bring your hands to your heart space, cross the ankle over your right knee. Again, sitting the hips back, bending that right knee, keeping the left foot flexed. You just move slow with the breath. So inhale, exhale, pause, see where you need to go or where you don't need to go with this pose. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then with your next breath, let the left foot come down, straighten the legs, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, walk your feet back out to plank, pause in your plank. And again, you get to choose. So rinse it off, skip it all together, go right back to down dog. So how's your breath? We'll come back to it again. Is it good, strong, fluid? Are you feeling some energy from your breath? Are you warming up from your breath? Take another inhale and a slow exhale. Notice how your body is shifting. Maybe your head wasn't in the game when you first started, and maybe now you're very present. Anchoring into the sounds of those inhales and exhales so it can take you from pose to pose. It's all good. We're making today good, taking our time, breathing, just taking care of ourselves. With your next breath, inhale the right leg straight out behind you. Exhale, bring the foot forward, plant it by your thumb. Take a full breath in as you rise up into crescent, strong and tall. And then from there, we're going to swivel the back foot down and open up into warrior two. So take a full breath in and a full breath out. Right knee is tracking open toward the pinky side of the foot, and you're pressing out on the outside edge of that left foot. Give yourself several breaths here to truly get into the strength and the grace of this pose. because you're opening across the chest. Your arms are strong, fingers are active. You can look out over the middle finger of your right hand. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. Turn the right hand over, sweep it up, reach back. And then let's exhale into side angle. So bring that right elbow down to the right thigh. Take the left hand up nice and high. And then pause and breathe into this. You're looking for some more rotation through the ribs and your torso. So draw that left shoulder back, but keep the left hand in line with your sight. If you look up, I want you to be able to see your fingers. If your arm is way far back behind you, bring it back up. You want to keep the alignment of the pose. Keeps you stronger and safer. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. So stay here for either another breath or two, or if you want a little bit more for your core, take that left hand forward, palm down, reach the right hand out to meet it like a beach ball. This is a lot of breath work here. So breathe as deep as you can, and then let's come back into warrior two, palms go down, and we'll rinse it off and flow. Turn the right hand over, sweep it up, reach back. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down to frame that right foot. Come to your left toes and pause in your low lunge. Take a full breath in your low lunge and a full breath out, and then either jump switch or walk and switch your feet. So now that your left knee is over the left ankle and you're high on the right toes of your right foot that's long behind you. Take a full breath in as you rise up into crescent on this side. We won't stay here that long. Swivel the back foot down, your right foot down, and let's find warrior two on this side. So again, your arms are extended, let your shoulders release. The left knee is tracking open toward the left pinky, but the outside edge of the right foot is really sealing down against your mat. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Your shoulders are still stacked right over your hips, so if you feel like you're leaning forward, come on back, bring it up. Pretend I'm gently pulling on your right fingers. Now open up that left hand, palm up, sweep up, reach back, stretching out those side ribs. And then exhaling, come on into side angle on this side. Left elbow rests on the left thigh. Right hand goes nice and high. Spread those fingers. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And again, you stay here as long as you want, refining the pose with your breath. You can take that right hand forward, palm down, sweeping the left hand out to meet it like you're holding a beach ball. Keep drawing the right shoulder back. This is really hard. Take a full breath in and a full breath out, and then rebend the left knee, return to your warrior two, palms down. Flip the left hand, big breath in, sweep up, reach back. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, frame the foot, come to the right toes and pause. With your next breath, bring the right foot forward to meet the left, your back in a forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep to rise, coming up to stand. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, walk your feet back out to plank. Take a breath in your plank. It's the best place for you to decide, waiting for that inhale and exhale to lead you to where you need to go. So whether you lower down and you rinse that off, or you skip it all together and go back to child's pose, your choice. I will ask this time that you all bring your toes to touch and take your knees wide, coming into child's pose, just for a couple of breaths. So sit your hips back right over your heels. Allow your torso to come down to the mat, reaching your arms out nice and long. And if your forehead doesn't make it to the mat, stack your hands, one fist on top of the other. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Sometimes we pause in child's pose because that's what gives us the moment where we can decide how much we need to do. So we'll go back to the reminder from what I read this morning. Sometimes we must plan our schedules, not just our schedules, but we need to plan our attitudes. So take another full breath in and a full breath out. That breath is helping you keep control of the quality of what's going on with you. So let it settle you. ground you, soften your face. Take one more full breath in and a slow breath out. Awesome. Okay, tuck your toes, lift your hips. Let's come back into downward facing dog. Spread all 10 fingers nice and wide on the mat again. Keep your index fingers parallel with one another and then fan the rest of the fingers out from there. Lift up high onto your toes, stacking the heels over the toes. And then when you exhale, let those heels release lower to the mat, just energetically grounding them toward the earth. Be strong in your down dog. Make it a really good down dog. With your next breath, inhale the right leg straight out behind you. Exhale, bring the foot forward, plant it by your thumb. Take a full breath in as you rise back up into crescent. With your next breath, swivel the back foot down, open up into warrior two. Pause and breathe. Flip the right hand, stretch it up, reach it back. And then straighten that right leg. Come on back up with your torso. And we're going to shift the left hip back and reach forward with those right fingertips, hinging at the waist to come into triangle. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Let that triangle work for you. What does that mean? It means you're really grounded in your feet. You're staying light through the upper part of your body. Your hand is either against your shin or right under your knee or on the floor or a block. And you're really drawing that left shoulder back, opening up across the heart. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. With your next breath, rebend the right knee, take the arms out long, coming back into your warrior two, and then just moving with that good quality breath. Let's rinse it off. Flip the right hand, stretch it up, reach it back. Exhale, cartwheel the hands all the way down. Frame the right foot, come to the left toes and pause. This time, take your left knee down. And then with your next breath, rise up into Anjaneyasana, sweeping the arms up and back, taking a little bit of a back bend, stretching out this left hip flexor. You can bend really deep into this right knee. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. One more breath in, one more breath out. So start to come back out of this pose. Bring your hands down, straighten that right leg, coming up to the heel. And then with breath, find some length through the crown of your head and hinge over that right leg, coming into a runner's lunge. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. You're stretching out the back side of your right leg. Pausing and breathing deeply into your hamstrings. One more breath in, one more breath out. Bring yourself forward, rebending that right knee. Plant the foot, sweep the arms up again, taking a nice stretch back. And then exhale the hands down, come off the left knee. Take the right foot back to meet the left, come back to your plank. Take a full breath in your plank, lower down, rinse that off any way you'd like, or go right back to down dog. Follow your inhales and your exhales. And if that means you skip some of these poses and you just sit meditatively, or you go back to child's pose, you know you can. And that might be a really good choice. So, breathe in deep. Take full exhales out. We have another side to go. So take a nice deep breath in, sweep the left leg out long behind you. With your exhale, bring the left foot forward, plant it by the thumb. Take a full breath in as you rise up into crescent, nice and strong. And then swivel that back foot down. Let's come into warrior two. So spread your fingers nice and wide, palms are down, let your shoulders release. And you pause and breathe. Keep bending nice and deeply into that left knee so it stays stacked over the ankle, drawing open toward the pinky side of the left foot. Really push out on the outside edge of the right foot, sealing the outside edge. And then let's flip the left hand, sweep it up. Take a full breath in, stretching out the side bodies. And then straighten that left leg, get nice and tall, bringing your body back upright. Shift the right hip back, reach forward with those left fingertips, and then hinging into triangle. The left hand can come down right below the knee, or it can slide right down to the block or the floor. but I want you to really work at trying to keep your side body open, staying open across your heart. Right hand is nice and high. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then just pause and breathe one more time, inhaling fully and then exhaling completely. And then start to rebend that left knee, lift yourself back up into warrior two. Pause and breathe. Take a full inhale and a full exhale. Flip the left hand, sweep it up, stretch back. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down to frame the foot. Come to the right toes, pause in your low lunge, and then take the right knee down. Take a full breath in as you sweep up for Anjaneyasana on this side. The hands go back, maybe you arch your back. You're stretching out the right hip flexor. You can bring your hands to your left knee and really press into the knee, stretching out. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Pausing and breathing. One more breath in, one more breath out. And then bring yourself back upright. Start to straighten that left leg coming up to the heel. Flex the foot. Take a nice deep breath in, getting long, and then hinging at the waist. Take your heart forward, stretching out the back side of this left leg. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Runner's lunge on this side. Take one more breath in and one more breath out. It's a slow process. As long as we're following the breath, we can't rush it. So take your time inhaling and exhaling. Start to walk your hands forward, rebend into that left knee. Come off the right knee, straighten out that leg, and then take the left foot back to meet the right. Pause in your plank, take a full breath and plank, drawing the heart forward, stay high on the toes, and then we're going to lower down. Nice and slow. Untuck your toes. Draw your shoulders back for cobra or up dog. And then tuck your toes, lift your hips up nice and high. Downward facing dog. Pause and breathe. You can stay right here in your down dog, or again, you could come into child's pose. Come down onto your knees. Take a few breaths. It's all about the breath. Good quality inhales, good quality exhales, giving you an opportunity to change your perspective if that's what you need. You might be doing great. Nothing's bothering you. You just want to get a good stretch in. So this is a good place to do that. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale again, lift up to your toes. With your exhale, walk your feet forward right between your hands. With your next inhale, draw your shoulders back for a halfway lift. And then exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, rise up strong again, coming into a standing pose. And then with your exhale, bring your hands right to your heart. Take your hips back, come back into chair. Pressing the right hand into the left, draw the shoulders back. Let the heart come forward onto the thumbs. Take another breath in and another breath out. So from here, you can come up to your tippy toes. You could close your eyes. There's options to increase the intensity of what you're doing, or you could just stay with that beautiful breath and be in your chair for 2 more rounds. So take an inhale and an exhale. And the weight's in your heels, and you're taking your hips back with another inhale and an exhale. Straighten your legs, forward fold, hands go down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Again, toe heeling your feet apart so they come to the outside edges of the mat. Let your hands again come to your elbows. And then just hinge forward, releasing your head. Letting gravity do its thing. Swaying a little bit right to left. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Release the hands, toe heel the feet back in. With breath, come into a halfway lift. Draw the shoulders back again. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise again to stand. Exhale your hands to your heart space. Pause. We're going to make our way onto the floor. So let's breathe together as we lift up nice and tall. Hands go high. Full breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Toe heel your feet apart. Bend your knees, let your hips come down, your elbows can rest right on your knees. Take one big breath in, one breath out, and then we're going to bring the hands down and our bottoms down and take the legs out long in front of you. How we doing? Take a nice deep breath in. Sit tall. A nice deep breath out. With your legs out in front of you, bend your right leg, cross the foot over the knee, hug that leg in nice and close, that bent leg, and then taking your left arm, hug the right knee, take the right hand up tall, get long, and then on your exhale, you're going to twist, drawing the right shoulder back, hugging onto the left knee, flex that left foot, take a full breath in, and a full breath out. One more breath in. One more breath out. Inhale, come back to center, lift the arms up. This time take the right elbow on the inside of the right knee. Take the left fingertips out behind you and twist the other direction. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, come back to center, bring the hands back to your heart. Extend both legs, give them a little bit of a shake. Feet stay flexed. Bring that left foot up and over, hugging that left knee in. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Hug the left knee, take the right hand high. No, hug the left knee with the right hand, take the left hand high, and then twist open toward the left. Flex the right foot, stay nice and tall. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. See, I don't even get my left and rights right in front of an iPad screen. One more breath in. One more breath out. Inhale, come back up, lift the arms tall, creating some space in your spine. Take the left elbow on the inside of the left knee. Right hand is tented behind you. Sit tall. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale, come back to center. Hands to heart, legs go long, give them a little wiggle again. This time, bending your knees, bring the soles of your feet together. Bring them in nice and close, sitting on your sitting bones. So find some length here. Your elbows can stay right against the insides of your knees. Take a full breath in and then exhale forward. Stretching out your hips, those inner thighs. And instead of rounding down, try to draw your heart forward, shoulders back, crown of the head stays forward instead of dropping it down. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale, lift yourself back up, keeping your knees bent and your feet flat on the ground. Let's come into boat. So lift your legs up, hands can stay behind your knees, draw the shoulders back and the heart goes forward. Flex your piggy toes, draw your feet back. And then you can stay right here with me. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Pretend you're squeezing a block between your knees, activating those inner thighs. One more breath in, one more breath out. And even here, you can still build up a heat just because we're not moving. You're still breathing, and that breath is your driving force. It's what guides you from place to place, attitude to attitude, reaction to response. So breathe, responding accordingly instead of reacting. Let's start to lower, pushing out through the heels. Inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, lower. Pause right here, hover. You'll shake like a chihuahua. Keep pushing through the heels. One more breath in. One more breath out. Release everything, come onto the floor. Lay flat on your back. With a breath, lift your arms up overhead. Point your feet. Make some circles at your ankle joints and your wrist joints. Just keep moving and breathing together. Take one more breath in and one more breath out. Bring your arms down by your sides. Pause and breathe. We're going to take just a couple more poses on our backs and then work our way into Shavasana. Again, that's probably something that we're not doing enough of, so wouldn't be a bad thing to do Shavasana for 10 or 15 minutes as a separate pose all by yourselves every day. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. One more breath in, one more breath out. Start to bring your knees into your chest, giving yourself a hug. Once both knees are in, really wrap up nice and tight, arms wrapped around your shins. Rock right to left, creating a little bit of a small massage on your low back. Take a full breath in here and a full breath out. Now keep your knees stacked up over your hips, so make 90 degrees at the knees, 90 degrees at the ankles, 90 degrees at the hips. Open up your arms, palms down. And then with breath, using your core, allow the knees to go to the right. And they may not hit the ground, and that's fine. Keep your shoulders square on the mat. Keep drawing the left shoulder down as the knees are going to the right. You're getting a full spinal twist. You can look out over your right shoulder. Completely gives your spine some space and openness as it's twisting from the back of your head right down to your tailbone. Take a full breath in and a full breath out, and just pause as your body releases into this twist. And then with your next breath, using your core, engage your low belly. Inhale, bring the back of your head flat on the mat and the knees back up to center. Pause and breathe, again, readjusting so everything's at a 90-degree angle. And then using that low belly, let the knees go to the left. Shoulders are square. You look out over the right shoulder. Pause and breathe. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. After you get through that first or second initial breath, that's when your body starts to let go. So be patient and breathe, allowing the muscles to release, letting your nervous system disengage. Take one more breath in and one more breath out. Inhaling and pulling into the low belly again. Bring the knees back up, bring the back of your head flat to the mat, and then wrap your arms back around, drawing the knees in nice and close. And just for a couple of breaths, we're going to push the heels up high to the ceiling. So arms can be out by your side. Take the legs up, keep your feet flexed. You don't have to lock your knees out. You can keep a slight bend. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And again, just pausing here as you inhale and exhale, you're allowing gravity to do its thing. So all the fluids are coming back down your legs. You can't tell me you haven't been doing a lot of sitting. So let this happen for a few minutes. Everything drains back down through your legs and your heart gets a reset. It's essentially what's happening. So things are cycling through. Your central nervous system is grateful. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. This is another pose you can do at any time when your legs are getting tired, or if you can't sleep and you have restless legs. Instead of leaving them free flow straight up, lean against a wall or the couch, or put them up over your bed pillows. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. Start to bend your knees, bring them back into your chest, give yourself another hug, and then take your legs out long on the mat. Take the left heel to the left corner and the right heel to the right corner. Open up your hands away from your side bodies, palms up. Roll your head from right to left, and then when you pause with your head flat on the mat, lower your chin just a touch. We're setting up for Shavasana, so it'll be a little quiet for a few moments. And when it's time to come out of Shavasana, I'll ring the bells. If you have a cloth that you'd like to put over your eyes, or a blanket or something, just to bring a little bit more darkness, that might help you let go and release a little bit more into your Shavasana. So take a full breath in, sigh it out. One more breath in. Exhale into your Shavasana. start to deepen your breath. Bring a little movement to your fingers and your toes, and staying right where you are, please place one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly or someplace that is nurturing to you. We will all be challenged over the next few weeks to try to find a good day here or there. So, as I said in the beginning of class, maybe today at the end of the day, where you usually reflect upon the kind of day you had, instead, let's reflect on what kind of a day we can make tomorrow. The night before, you can mentally map out the following day, seeing yourselves rising in joy and confidence, feeling healthy and energetic, and dealing with whatever duties that come your way as calmly and as efficiently as you can. You have an option, and you are in complete control of the quality of your day. I hope you can make it good. The light and truth in me sees that in each of you. I'm grateful for those of you that participated or just popped in to say hi and to see what was going on. Together we say, Namaste.